up tomorrow morning. The alarm rings. You open your eyes. You stretch your arms. At that moment, you stand at a crossroads. You can choose the same old routine. Check your phone, rush out of bed, get stressed, and feel behind all day. Or you can choose a small action that changes everything. One action in the morning has the power to change your day. And one changed day has the power to change your life. My dear friend, this video is about that secret. If you do this every morning, your life will never be the same. Chapter 1. The Power of the Morning. Why is the morning so important? Think about it. The morning is like the foundation of a house. If the foundation is strong, the house stands tall and resilient. If the foundation is weak, the house cracks, leans, and may eventually collapse. The same applies to your day. The way you begin your morning directly affects how the rest of your day unfolds. When you wake up with clarity, purpose, and positivity, you carry that energy into every decision, every interaction, and every task you undertake. You feel more focused, more motivated, and more in control. On the other hand, when your morning starts with chaos, distractions, or stress, your mind struggles to catch up. You may feel tired, scattered, or unmotivated, and this disorganized energy can persist for hours, making it harder to accomplish anything meaningful. Successful people understand this principle deeply. That's why athletes, business leaders, writers, and thinkers invest time in crafting their morning routines. They know that the early hours are like secret fuel for the rest of the day. A morning routine is not a rigid set of rules, but a way to prepare your mind and body for success. It could be exercising, meditating, journaling, reading, or simply enjoying quiet time before the world demands your attention. The key is consistency and intention. When you design your mornings with purpose, even small actions can create a ripple effect throughout your entire day. Maybe you think, "But I'm not a morning person." That's perfectly fine. You don't have to wake up at 4 a.m., follow someone else's strict routine, or force yourself into uncomfortable habits. The goal is not imitation. It's personal empowerment. It's about finding one simple action that energizes you, aligns your mind, and sets the tone for the hours ahead. This is your first win of the day. And here's the truth. When you win the morning, you win the day. Every small victory in the early hours compounds into productivity, confidence, and clarity. Your mornings are not just a time of day. They are a tool. They are your chance to build strength, focus, and momentum before the world begins to pull at your attention. Take control of your morning, even in small ways. Start your day with purpose and watch how your life transforms. Success does not come from luck. It comes from small, intentional actions consistently done. Your morning is your first, and perhaps most powerful, step toward building the life you want. Chapter 2. The First Secret. Silence before noise. The very first thing you should do when you wake up is simple yet powerful. Resist the urge to rush into noise. In today's world, it is all too common to wake up and immediately grab your phone, scroll through social media, check messages, or drown your mind in notifications. But here's the truth. Your mind in the morning is like a glass of clear water. It is fresh, calm, and full of potential. The moment you check your phone or expose yourself to endless information, it is like dropping ink into that water. The ink spreads, clouds the clarity, and suddenly your mind is no longer calm or focused. You start your day reacting to other people's priorities instead of setting your own. This is why silence before noise is so important. It gives you the mental space to prepare for the day on your own terms. Even just 5 minutes of quiet can make a tremendous difference. You don't need a complicated routine or hours of meditation. Simply sitting quietly, taking deep breaths, or noticing the soft morning light through your window can reset your brain. This pause creates a bridge between sleep and the busy world, a moment where your mind can settle and your thoughts can align. In this space, you cultivate peace, clarity, and focus, which will naturally extend into the rest of your day. You are essentially giving yourself a gift, the power to choose how your day begins, rather than letting it begin for you. Great leaders, thinkers, and achievers understand this principle deeply. Many begin their mornings in silence, each in their own way. Some meditate, allowing their minds to become calm and present. Some pray, connecting with a higher purpose and grounding themselves. Others simply sit, reflect, or observe their surroundings quietly. The common thread is the same: intentional stillness before action. You don't have to follow any one method. The key is to create a few minutes of undisturbed time for yourself before letting the world demand your attention. This simple act of silence is deceptively powerful. It strengthens your mind, builds resilience, and prepares you to face the day with clarity rather than chaos. Remember, the moments immediately after waking are more than just the start of your day. They are an opportunity. By prioritizing silence before noise, you give yourself the mental edge that most people never realize. This small, intentional choice can dramatically shift your focus, energy, and productivity, making you calmer, stronger, and more prepared to win the day. Chapter 3. The second secret. Move your body. Your body and your mind are deeply connected. What you do with one affects the other. If you wake up and your very first act is to move, you send a powerful signal to yourself and to the world. I am alive. I am strong. I am ready. Movement in the morning wakes up not just your muscles, but also your blood, your energy, and your brain. It stimulates circulation, oxygenates your body, and signals your mind that it's time to leave sleep behind and step into the day with alertness and purpose. You don't need a gym, fancy equipment, or an hour-long routine to feel this effect. Even a few simple actions, 10 push-ups, a series of stretches, a short walk around your home, or even raising your arms and taking deep breaths, can make a tremendous difference. The key is consistency and intention, not duration or intensity. Imagine two people starting their day differently. One wakes up and spends 30 minutes scrolling through their phone, checking notifications, and reacting to other people's priorities. By the time they finally rise from bed, they feel sluggish, distracted, and heavy. Their mind is already tired, and their energy is drained before the day has even begun. The other person wakes up and immediately stretches, moves their body, and takes a short walk in the fresh morning air. Their muscles awaken, their lungs fill with oxygen, and their brain lights up with alertness and focus. Who will have more energy, motivation, and clarity throughout the day? The answer is obvious. Movement creates momentum, and momentum creates results. When you move your body in the morning, you break the chain of laziness and inertia. You prove to yourself that you can take action, that you are capable of initiating change, and that small steps lead to bigger ones. Once you take the first action, the next one becomes easier, and your confidence grows naturally. This is the principle of motion creates emotion. When your body moves, your feelings rise. You feel more awake, more alive, and more capable of handling challenges with strength and clarity. Even 10 minutes of movement in the morning can set the tone for a productive, energetic day. Over time, this habit compounds, giving you resilience, focus, and an unstoppable sense of momentum. Remember, your mornings are a foundation, and movement is one of the strongest pillars. Treat your body well at the start of the day, and your mind, energy, and emotions will follow. The simple act of moving is more than physical. It is a declaration to yourself that you are ready to live fully and purposefully today. Chapter 4. The third secret. Feed your mind. Just as your body needs food to function, your mind needs nourishment too. What you allow into your mind in the morning directly shapes your thoughts, emotions, and actions for the day. If your first act is to watch negative news, your mind becomes filled with fear, worry, or frustration. If you scroll through gossip or social media drama, your thoughts become judgmental, distracted, and reactive. But if you choose to feed your mind with something inspiring, uplifting, or educational, you set a completely different tone for your day. You create hope, curiosity, and growth. This is why many successful people make reading or listening to educational material a part of their morning routine. Even 10 minutes of reading a book, listening to an audiobook, or reflecting on meaningful ideas can shift your perspective and influence your decisions throughout the day. Feeding your mind doesn't have to be complicated or time-consuming. The key is intentionality. Instead of allowing junk information to enter your brain, give it something that builds you up. You can read a book that teaches you new skills, inspires creativity, or expands your understanding of the world. You can listen to podcasts or audiobooks that share knowledge, strategies, or stories of resilience. You can write in a journal, reflecting on your goals, your progress, or your gratitude. You can even repeat simple positive statements like, "Today, I will be strong. Today, I will grow. Today, I will use my time well." These words act like seeds planted in the fertile soil of your mind. Each time you repeat them or focus on positive, empowering ideas, you cultivate new thought patterns that eventually shape your habits. Over time, this daily mental nourishment compounds into lasting growth. Habits formed in the mind lead to habits in action, and those actions determine the results you experience. By feeding your mind in the morning, you take control of your thoughts instead of letting the world control them for you. You create a mental environment where clarity, focus, and positivity can thrive. Just as you would not fuel your body with junk food if you wanted strength and energy, you should not fuel your mind with negativity if you want confidence, growth, and success. Remember, your mind is your most powerful tool. What you choose to feed it each morning can either limit your potential or expand it. Take this secret seriously, even for a few minutes each day, and watch how it transforms not only your mornings, but your life over time. Chapter 5. The fourth secret. Set one clear intention. Most people wake up and immediately rush into the day without direction. They check their phone, respond to messages, and get caught up in endless tasks. The result? They feel lost, distracted, and unproductive. Their energy is spread thin, and their sense of accomplishment at the end of the day is often minimal. But you can be different. You can start your day with purpose and clarity. The simplest yet most powerful way to do this is to set one clear intention every morning. Instead of thinking about 10 things you should do or creating a long, overwhelming to-do list, focus on one important goal for the day. Ask yourself, what is the one thing I want to accomplish today that will truly matter? Then commit to it. Write it down, speak it aloud, and carry it with you in your mind as you move through your morning. When you give your brain a single target, you train your focus. Focus is not just concentration, it is power. Imagine holding a magnifying glass under the sun. If you scatter the sun's rays over a wide area, nothing happens. But if you concentrate all the rays on one single point, they generate heat strong enough to start a fire. Your mind works in the same way. One clear, specific intention is far more powerful than 10 scattered goals. It channels your energy, organizes your thoughts, and guides your actions in a purposeful direction. Each decision you make throughout the day can be filtered through this single intention, making your day more efficient and meaningful. Setting one clear intention is also a form of mental training. It teaches you discipline, clarity, and prioritization. You start to notice which activities align with your goal and which distract you. You stop wasting energy on things that don't matter and start investing it in what truly moves you forward. Over time, this simple practice compounds. Days of focused action build momentum, and momentum builds results. What begins as a single intentional thought in the morning can shape your habits, your achievements, and ultimately your life. Remember, clarity in the morning leads to power throughout the day. By deciding on your one thing before distractions arise, you take control of your time, your energy, and your focus. You begin to act with purpose rather than reaction. So start tomorrow with one clear intention and watch how it transforms not just your day but your life. Chapter 6. The Fifth Secret. Gratitude before pressure. Before the emails, before the work, before the stress of the day begins, pause. Take a moment for yourself and feel gratitude. Gratitude is far more than simply saying thank you. It is an attitude, a conscious choice to notice and appreciate the good that already exists in your life. In the morning, this practice is especially powerful because it sets the emotional tone for the rest of your day. Maybe you are thankful for your health, for the people who love you, for the opportunities you have, or simply for the chance to wake up and see another day. Gratitude turns ordinary moments into something meaningful. By acknowledging the positive aspects of your life, even small ones, you create a mindset of abundance rather than lack. You stop focusing on what is missing and start appreciating what is present. This simple morning practice changes your energy completely. A person who begins the day with gratitude walks into the world differently. They carry a lighter heart, a calmer mind, and a more open attitude. They are not desperate for recognition, nor are they bitter about challenges. Instead, they radiate strength, confidence, and peace. Gratitude makes you magnetic. It draws people, opportunities, and positive experiences toward you. The more consistently you practice it, the more natural it becomes, and the more your life begins to shift. Small, intentional moments of thankfulness have a ripple effect that touches every area of your life. The power of gratitude also extends to how you handle pressure. When you start your day by appreciating what you have, challenges feel smaller, and stress loses its grip. You approach difficulties with a calm and centered mindset, seeing them as opportunities to learn and grow rather than threats. Gratitude does not eliminate problems, but it gives you the inner strength to face them with clarity and resilience. It reminds you that no matter what happens, there is always something to be thankful for, something that grounds you and gives you perspective. Incorporating gratitude into your morning routine is simple but transformative. Take a few minutes each morning to reflect, write in a journal, or quietly say what you are thankful for. Make it a habit before you dive into your tasks, emails, or responsibilities. By practicing gratitude before pressure, you begin the day in a state of abundance, not scarcity. You begin with a heart that is strong, calm, and open, and with that foundation, the rest of your day becomes more intentional, productive, and joyful. Chapter 7. The Sixth Secret. Speak to yourself like a winner. What are the first words you say to yourself in the morning? For many people, the internal dialogue begins with complaints, worries, or excuses. I'm tired. I'm late. I don't want to do this today. These seemingly small words have a much bigger impact than most people realize. They shape your mindset, energy, and the way you approach the world. If your first thoughts are negative or weak, you carry that weakness into everything you do. Your mind believes these words, and your actions follow suit. But imagine if you flipped the script and spoke to yourself like a winner instead. Imagine starting the day with statements like, I am ready. I am capable. I will face today with courage and focus. These words are not empty. They are seeds planted in your mind, shaping your thoughts, feelings, and actions throughout the day. Your words are powerful. They create the reality you live in. Weak words create weak outcomes, while strong, empowering words create strength, confidence, and resilience. That is why it is essential to consciously choose the words you use with yourself. Every morning, make it a practice to stand in front of a mirror, look yourself in the eye, and speak words of power and encouragement. You can say, I believe in myself. I am capable of handling any challenge. Today, I will grow stronger and wiser. At first, this practice may feel strange, even awkward. You may feel like you are pretending or forcing positivity. That is normal. The mind takes time to adjust. But if you repeat these statements consistently, something remarkable happens. Your mind starts to accept them as truth. Your confidence builds, your motivation rises, and gradually, your actions begin to reflect your words. This is not just about positive thinking. It is about reprogramming your mind. Words are the instructions we give ourselves, and when those instructions are strong and empowering, your life aligns with them. By speaking to yourself like a winner every morning, you begin to create a mental environment of strength, resilience, and possibility. You set the tone for the day before any challenges arrive. Over time, this practice becomes a habit, and the way you speak to yourself becomes the way you live. Remember, you are the person you tell yourself you are. Choose your words carefully, speak with intention, and watch as your life transforms one morning at a time. Chapter 8. The Seventh Secret. Start small, but be consistent. You may be thinking, this is too much. I can't do all of this every morning. That's a common thought, and it's perfectly normal. The key is to understand that you don't need to start with everything at once. You don't have to implement every secret we've discussed immediately. Instead, begin with just one. Maybe you choose silence before noise, taking a few quiet minutes to center yourself. Maybe you choose movement, stretching, or walking to wake up your body. Or maybe you start with gratitude, reflecting on what you already have in your life. The choice doesn't matter as much as the commitment to do it consistently. One small action, repeated daily, has the power to create extraordinary results over time. Consistency is the hidden force behind all success. Consider the image of a single drop of water falling on a rock. One drop seems insignificant. It changes nothing. But years of consistent drops can slowly wear away stone. That is exactly how habits work. Small, simple actions, repeated day after day, compound into progress, strength, and transformation. Your mornings are no different. Each day you practice one small positive action. You reinforce your discipline, your focus, and your confidence. Slowly but surely, these actions build momentum. They become easier, more natural, and eventually, you find yourself achieving more than you ever thought possible. Don't wait for the perfect morning routine or try to imitate someone else's life. Perfection is an illusion, and comparison is a thief of progress. The most important step is to start where you are, with what you can manage, and commit to it daily. Begin with a single action, do it consistently, and watch how it transforms not just your mornings but your mindset, energy, and results. Over time, you can layer more habits and actions on top, creating a powerful, personalized routine that works for you. One day, when you look back, you will realize that your mornings have transformed you in ways you never imagined. What started as a small, manageable action grew into a habit, and that habit grew into strength, clarity, and success. Consistency turns ordinary actions into extraordinary outcomes. So start small, commit every day, and trust the process. Your mornings, your habits, and ultimately your life will thank you. Chapter 9. The 8th secret. Protect your energy. Morning is not just about what you do. It is equally about what you don't do. Many people start their day by immediately giving away their energy. They reach for their phones, check messages, scroll through social media, answer emails, and react to the problems and demands of others before they have even had a chance to wake up fully. When you start your day like this, you are essentially handing over your energy to the world without thought or control. By the time you finally try to focus on your own priorities, your energy is already depleted, your mind is distracted, and your motivation is weakened. This is why protecting your energy in the morning is so important. It is not about being selfish. It is about being strategic and wise. Think of yourself as a battery. Every morning you have a certain amount of energy available. If you allow everyone and everything to plug into you as soon as you wake up, you will quickly drain your power. On the other hand, if you take the first hour to recharge yourself, through silence, movement, gratitude, and focused intention, you begin the day fully charged. You become more resilient, more creative, and more capable of handling challenges. By prioritizing your own energy first, you ensure that you can give to others without losing yourself in the process. You are not ignoring responsibilities or avoiding the world. You are preparing yourself to engage with it from a position of strength and clarity. Protecting your energy also allows you to set boundaries and control your focus. When you start your day calmly and intentionally, you are less likely to react impulsively to distractions, drama, or negativity. You carry a centered and composed mindset into your work, your relationships, and your decisions. This simple habit, delaying the demands of the world for a short period each morning, can transform how you experience your day. You become the master of your energy rather than a servant to it. Remember, You cannot pour from an empty cup. If you want to give your best to the world, you must first give your best to yourself. Protecting your energy in the morning is an act of self-respect and long-term wisdom. When you guard your mornings, you guard your strength, your focus, and your ability to thrive. By making this small, intentional choice, you set the tone for an empowered, productive, and fulfilling day. Chapter 10. The Ninth Secret. Visualize your best self. Close your eyes for a moment in the morning and imagine yourself at your very best. Picture yourself calm, confident, focused, and fully in control. See yourself moving through the day with energy and purpose, handling challenges with grace, making decisions with clarity, and achieving the goals you have set. Visualization is not daydreaming or fantasy. It is a form of mental training. Your brain doesn't fully distinguish between what is imagined and what is real. When you consistently visualize yourself succeeding, your brain begins to prepare your body and mind to act as if it is already happening. It creates a mental map that guides your behavior, shapes your reactions, and programs your focus. Over time, this mental rehearsal makes it easier to achieve the outcomes you desire. Athletes have used visualization for decades to enhance performance. Before a big game, they imagine every movement, every play, every successful outcome. Public speakers do the same, rehearsing their words, gestures, and confidence before stepping on stage. Entrepreneurs, leaders, and performers across the world use this technique to align their mind with their goals. If visualization works for them, it can work for your daily life as well. You don't need a special skill, hours of time, or complicated techniques. Even just 2 minutes in the morning can make a powerful difference. Close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, and see yourself as the person you want to be. This practice does more than motivate you. It programs your responses to challenges. When obstacles arise, your mind already knows the path you have visualized. You respond with confidence rather than fear, clarity rather than confusion. Visualization strengthens your focus, sharpens your decision-making, and reinforces the belief that success is possible. It is like training your brain before you step into the day, preparing yourself mentally for the opportunities and challenges ahead. Over time, the repeated practice of visualizing your best self transforms your mornings and your life. What begins as a simple mental exercise gradually becomes reality because your actions start to align with your mental image. By seeing yourself at your best each morning, you set the tone for your thoughts, your behavior, and your results. Visualization is not just imagining a better day. It is creating the blueprint for a better life. Chapter 11. The Final Secret. Choose growth over comfort. Every morning you face a choice. Comfort or growth. Comfort is tempting. It whispers to you to stay in bed, press snooze, scroll endlessly through your phone, or delay taking action. It promises temporary pleasure, warmth, and ease, but it comes at a cost. Every time you give in to comfort, you weaken your discipline, your focus, and your momentum. Comfort is easy now, but it slowly erodes your potential for the future. Growth, on the other hand, asks for effort, courage, and intentional action. It asks you to rise, face the day, and do the things you committed to yourself. Growth may feel difficult, uncomfortable, or even painful in the moment, but it strengthens you, builds character, and moves you closer to the life you truly want. Your mornings are the battlefield where this choice is decided. Every day when the alarm rings, life gives you a simple but powerful question. Do I want comfort, or do I want growth? The way you answer this question shapes your day, your habits, and ultimately your life. Choosing growth means taking control even when it is hard. It means moving forward despite resistance, prioritizing long-term rewards over short-term ease, and committing to actions that expand your mind, body, and spirit. Growth is never passive. It requires courage and intention. Yet it is precisely this effort that builds strength, resilience, and self-confidence. The small choices you make in the morning compound over time into extraordinary outcomes. Every successful person understands this principle, whether they consciously realize it or not. They understand that the comfort zone is a trap, and that life rewards those who consistently choose growth. The act of rising early, practicing your morning habits, and intentionally shaping your day is not just about productivity. It is a declaration that you are committed to your own development. Growth teaches patience, self-discipline, and perseverance. Growth builds habits that empower you to tackle bigger challenges, achieve greater goals, and live a more meaningful life. So, when you wake up, remind yourself of the choice before you. Choose the harder path. Choose growth over comfort. It may not feel easy in the moment, but it will make you stronger, sharper, and more capable. Every small act of growth you take in the morning strengthens the foundation of your future. The life you dream of is built one choice at a time, and every morning offers you the opportunity to build it. Make that choice. Choose growth. Final words. Your morning, your future. My dear friend, your future is hidden in your mornings. The way you begin each day determines the energy, focus, and mindset you carry into every moment. Every habit you practice in the first hours after waking creates a ripple effect that shapes the rest of your life. Remember the secrets we discussed. Start with silence before noise. Move your body, feed your mind, set one clear intention, practice gratitude, speak to yourself like a winner, be consistent, protect your energy, visualize your best self, and choose growth over comfort. These are not just actions. They are powerful choices that train your mind, strengthen your character, and prepare you to face life with courage and clarity. You don't need to be perfect, and you don't need to do everything at once. Start with one habit. Choose the one that feels most natural for you tomorrow morning. Take the first step. Do it consistently the next day and the next. Over time, these small actions compound into remarkable results. On your journey, my YouTube channel, English Achieve, will guide you with practical steps, motivation, and lessons to help you implement these habits and make them stick. Every morning you invest in yourself is a step toward becoming the person you want to be. Soon, you will notice the change. You will feel stronger, calmer, and more focused. People will see it in your presence, your confidence, and your energy. You will realize that greatness is not built in one big moment, nor in grand gestures. It is built quietly, habit by habit, in the small, intentional mornings when no one is watching. Your mornings are the foundation of your life. Win your mornings, nurture your habits, and your life will follow. Start today, be consistent, and watch as your mornings transform you into the